Hello, my name is Ebenezer Safwedu. I'm a business strategy consultant and a data specialist. If you've been watching my channel, I've always been talking about data science, data analysis, as well as Power BI. I recommend Power BI to anybody who wants to go into data science, especially analysis. It's currently the best tool for analysis. So I promised I'll do a video and show how the Power BI works and help beginners right from the scratch. So you might never have used Power BI before. If you've not downloaded it yet, just go to the Microsoft website. The last video or last two videos that I did, I showed a link on where to download, or just search Power BI download on your browser, and you are good to go. It's easy, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything for the desktop. Then you start. So when you launch it on your PC, this is what you're going to get. This is the October version. It's pretty cool, simple, and you can do a lot of things in the BI. Okay, so let's get started. So when you open, this is the BI page that you get, the Power BI, BI for Business Intelligence. That's the BI page that you would get. So let's get started. Every particular, those who are familiar with Excel, this is not a new page or a new interface that you are not used to. So let me open it a little bit so as you get, this is home. So that's the home button, and that's what you get from the home page. You have report. This is the report page. You have data. You have model. Data and model. Later, we'll show you how these work. Normally, when you want to view your data and when you want to see the relationship, you come to model rather. So there is home, there is get data. Okay, first let's talk about this new tabs that they brought in the October release. Import data from Excel, import data from SQL Server, paste data into blank table, try a database or a data set. It means that if we don't have any data, we can actually try and say get data from another source. This was just introduced in the October version. Hitherto, the first thing that you would go to is to get data. So let's try data from a sample set and let's see what happens. So you can launch tutorial and learn how to create. It's pretty easy. It's like step by step ways to actually go around this particular software. Then there's load data. To start creating visuals on your own, load data. Let's see. So they're connecting to a data set for us. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's Microsoft for you. So the load data is sending us to a particular data. So if you've never even have any data set to play with, now you can go in there and actually play with the sample data set. Let's look at what it seems. It's a company that deals in buying and selling and manufacturing. So normally I told you with a Chris DM that if you have any project that you're doing, let's close it and probably let you understand what is going on. Sorry. All right. So let's see what is going on. This is the import data from Excel. This is the try data from, like we saw there. I'll not do that because it's not everybody that may just want to try a data set. You may actually want to import data. So the first thing you always do with BI or business intelligence is to get your data. So you go to get data, then you have Excel, Power BI, SQL Server. All these are data sources. Let's go to more. It connects to dozens of, look, PDFs, CSV, XML, JSON, Access database, web. I mean, what data can't you connect to? Dynamics 365, SharePoint, Salesforce, Google Analytics, GitHub, web. I did a web video. You should check that out. And when I did the World Billionaires, I connected straight to the web. Microsoft Exchange, Python script, all these data sources. Okay. So let's maybe go and get data from some Excel sheet. It's in my um, financial sample. I open. So I'm going to get that data, which is similar to the sample data that you saw there. And it's pretty much what it is. So when I get the data, I open the file and I select which data. This is the financials. It's from an Excel sheet. So I can view here. Check it out. It's like segments, there are countries, there are product, there are discount band, units sold, manufacturing price, sale price, gross sales, discount sales. So this is basically a buying and selling company. So, and they manufacture the goods too, and they have some segments that they sell to in country. Ideally, I would always say transform data, but because we are beginners, let's just load. This is just our first tutorial. We just want to see how the whole Power BI works. Per the standard, anytime you get data, you need to transform before you load. It is given. You have to do that. Don't load any data set straight away. You need to do some transformation. For this video, okay, let's just go to transform data. So the transform data brings you to the query editor, which then shows you the various transformation tools that, let's go straight and apply and start viewing some things. I want to show you the Power BI, so I start seeing your visuals today. The next video, I would just focus on the transformation, which is on the query editor. But this is the business intelligence software itself. The model is here. So after loading, you see that it comes to the fields column. First, probably let me show you the panes after showing report, data, and model. This is the fields pane, which contains fields or tables and fields. The visualization, which contains the standard visuals. The filters, which shows you filters that have been used. I'm closing them back. So when we loaded, everything has come into the fields pane. All right, so our data is in here. So that's get data. This is the same thing for getting data from Excel, from Power BI dataset, SQL Server. This is enter data. Let's see what that turns out. It pops up some create table. Remember in Excel, you were able to enter the data hard-coded. So in Power BI, you can, and that is the enter data. So I can maybe call this date and maybe product. I can actually type in and change the table name to my first table. That's a table name, and now let me load. So my first table, remember the name, right? So now I have financials, which was what I imported at first, and now my new table that I created. So that's what the enter data does. So let's go back. So that's what the enter data. Recent sources, look at your recent sources of data that you've connected. If you are new, this may be blank. Then transform data, we'll talk about it. After I told you transformation would just take another video. For now, let's look at what the BI is. Refresh, maybe you've changed the data set. You want to refresh and know what is new. New visuals. Let's click it and see. Yeah, it's just like going to the visual and picking it and dropping on your screen or your board. In Power BI, one thing you should know is that there are about 3 or 4 ways of achieving the same result. It's pretty cool like that. And there's the text box. I mean, if you knew your PowerPoint, it's like PowerPoint and Excel joined together. Let's say this is the software sheet code. So that's the text box. You always have to give a header to your report. Okay. What else? More visuals. You can get more visuals apart from these native visuals on the BI from the BI store. So you can go here and get it. You can also, I'll show you later where else to get it. And there's new measure, quick measure. These two will treat it as a separate video also. Maybe our next 3 or 4 videos, I'll get into measures. I can't wait. And there's publish. You need to publish your work after be done if you want others to see it in the cloud service. We'll talk about that also in a separate video. Now let's just know what the BI is about. Let's go to insert. There's new visual, more visual, Q&A. So you can do questions and answers and ask what's the total sales like. What is total sales? Wow. We've not even gone into the data, but I can ask a question and it's telling me that's the total sales in our data. Pretty cool, huh? You're nodding. Key influencers. There's the visual. It's an AI visual. Decomposition tree is also an AI visual. Maybe we'll do special videos on visuals for now. And now there's a smart narrative, another cool feature, which actually tells you in summary about in narrative form, like in prose, what's in your data set. Power apps would be another video. Text box, you just saw it. Buttons, a special video for buttons. Shapes, I mean, you already know your shapes from PowerPoint. You bring in the shape, change the size. Image, okay, so you can go and bring images. Let's see, if you watch my last video, let's look at some image. YouTube sign. So I bring in an image. So image, you just go click. It's as easy as ABC and just bring the image, import the image. Guess you are already having fun. So that's about the insert. Modeling, pretty much the same as what you've already seen, only new columns and new tables. We'll do calculated columns in a special video. There's view, where you change your themes for design. Maybe you have special colors for your company. There's page view, there's a mobile view. See the mobile view, you can design your mobile view. So as when people view your reports in the mobile version, it's pretty cool. There's snap, grid lines, snap to grid. Always, I do grid lines because my eye may not see, let me change it back, may not see the lines properly. So I would want to use this as a guide in what I'm designing. See? Yeah. There's snap to grid and lock objects so as it cannot be moved. There's filters, bookmarks. I'll do a special video on that. Selection, performance analyzer, sync slicers. There is help. I mean, you can submit an idea. If you think that there's something not too cool here, you can just say, oh, Microsoft, I want you to do this, blah, blah, blah. And you're true. And there's data and drill. You can drill down. We'll be doing all that. But for now, let's just focus on our data set. So probably let's go to data. This is the report page, data. So as we can view our data. So that's the data I talked to you about. There is gross sales, discount, sales, cost of goods sold, profit, date, and number. Okay. So that's what the data is for, to see. At first, we didn't have any data, so we couldn't see anything. All right. Now, let me probably take you through some visuals. and we'll end for today. My next video, I'll continue from where I ended. Let's start probably with the line chart. So line chart, maybe I want my date, the x-axis, and my sales. Wait, sales, cross sales. Okay. Wow. So that is a line chart. You just put, so any visual that you pick, let me just teach this. You would see here fields, format, and analytics, depending on a visual. Normally you have these two constant. This is what sometimes is there, sometimes it's not there. So you drag and drop, or you can select. Sometimes BI is that intelligent to know where it should pass. So you can drag from the fields into the fields here. That's why it's named fields. So fields from this place into the fields here. So you should check what fields are available. There's legend, there's values. So I'm doing gross sales into values because they are numbers, definitely. Let me just change this into a date so as at least we can see the trend. Because that's why I wanted to let you see. And what else? Let's probably bring a legend, maybe per country. Wow, this is not too cool. Maybe let's try another visual, maybe the first one. Maybe I should go step by step. So let's go over it again. Axis, date. Don't mind what I'm doing here. I will show you later in other videos how hierarchies are built, raw sales, and then country. So the same data. I talked to you about visualizations as the way that you tell stories. They are like your actors for a movie. You are the storyteller, and you need to cast the right people to. So it's the same data per se, but which one tells the story better? You decide, you choose. So we've already started building reports in less than how many minutes? So that's why I always would recommend Power BI. So that's just Power BI for you. I'll end here. My name is Ebenezer Safodu. I'm a business strategy consultant and a data specialist. Contact me for more details and more videos. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.